Anna Chen had spent 11 years keeping Frontier Station Epsilon 7 running, 11 years of calibrating gravity wells, rerouting power conduits during solar storms, and nursemancing failing equipment that should have been replaced a decade ago. She knew every hum, every rattle, every quirk of the aging station better than she knew her own heartbeat. So, when Station Commander Wexler called her into his office that Tuesday morning, she assumed it was another crisis only she could solve. Chief Engineer Chen, the Krillian commander said, his four eyes blinking in sequence. Your services are no longer required. Anna stared at him, certain she'd misheard. I'm sorry. What? I've found someone better. Engineer Thalver comes highly recommended from the Galactic Engineering Guild. His credentials are impressive. Wexler's mandibles clicked with satisfaction. You have until end of shift to clear your quarters. The words hit like a depressurization event. 11 years. She'd given this station everything: birthdays, relationships, her entire 20s, and now she was being replaced by someone with impressive credentials. Commander, with all due respect, I know this station inside and out. No one. That will be all, Chen. Wexler waved a dismissive appendage. Thalver arrives tomorrow. Anna found Daniel Rodriguez in the station's observation deck, where he'd been working as navigation officer for the past 8 years. They'd become friends during countless night shifts, bonding over terrible coffee and worse station management. They fired me, she said flatly. Dropping into the chair beside him, Daniel's head snapped up from his datapad. What? That's insane. You're this station. Apparently Thalver from the Engineering Guild is better. The bitterness in her voice surprised even her, the Krillian hotshot. Daniel frowned. I've heard of him. Designed some fancy new ships for the core worlds. But Anna, station maintenance isn't the same as it doesn't matter now. She stared out at the stars, each one suddenly feeling like a door closing. I'm done here. 72 hours later, Anna was in a cramped shuttle heading toward the nearest civilian port when her personal comm exploded with notifications. 15 messages, all marked urgent, all from Epsilon-7. She almost deleted them. Almost. The first was from Daniel. Anna, you need to come back. Now. The second was from Lieutenant Prax, the quartermaster. The station is falling apart. Thalver doesn't know what he's doing. The third made her blood run cold. It was from Commander Wexler himself. Engineer Chen, I may have made an error in judgment. Please respond immediately. She ignored them all and opened the last message. It bore the seal of Fleet Command. Chief Engineer Anna Chen, this is Admiral Corrin of the United Galactic Fleet. We are commandeering your shuttle. You are hereby ordered to return to Frontier Station Epsilon 7 immediately. This is not a request. Authentication code follows. The authentication was legitimate. Anna rerouted the shuttle. When she docked at Epsilon 7 6 hours later, the station was in chaos. Alarms blared from 3 different sections. The gravity fluctuated with each step. The air tasted recycled, one time too many. Daniel met her at the airlock, relief flooding his face. Thank God, it's falling apart. What happened? Thalver tried to optimize the primary power distribution grid. He said your configuration was inefficient. Daniel's expression was grim. He didn't realize you jerry-rigged it that way because the original conduits are corroded. When he switched to standard configuration, half the grid overloaded. We've been running on emergency power for 12 hours. Anna was already moving, her fingers flying across a wall terminal. The damage was worse than she'd feared. Thalver had also corrected her atmospheric processing workarounds, disabled her custom power shunts, and recalibrated the reactor dampeners to guild standard specifications, which would have been fine on a new station. But on Epsilon 7's aging systems, it was catastrophic. Where is he? She demanded. Engineering. Trying to fix it. Anna found the Krillian engineer surrounded by smoking consoles, his usually immaculate uniform singed and stained. He looked up as she entered, and for the first time since she'd met him 3 days ago during handover, she saw fear in his eyes. The reactor is destabilizing, Thalver said, his translator struggling with his panic. Nothing works the way it should. The systems don't respond to standard protocols. This station is a nightmare. No, Anna said quietly, pushing past him to the main console. This station is old, held together with human ingenuity and sheer stubbornness. You need to know her, understand her, work with her instead of trying to force her into a textbook. Her hands moved across the controls with the certainty of muscle memory. Bypass the burned relays. Reroute through the secondary conduits she'd mapped years ago. Manually balance the power distribution the way she'd done 1,000 times before. Talk to the station like the temperamental old friend she was. Slowly, the alarms quieted. The lights steadied. The gravity normalized. Behind her, she heard the hiss of the door. Commander Vexler entered, followed by a tall figure in Fleet Command insignia, Admiral Corrin himself. Chief Engineer Chen, the Admiral said, "I apologize for the dramatic summons. When we learned that Epsilon 7 systems were failing and that you'd been dismissed, we had no choice but to intervene. This station guards a critical frontier. Its collapse would leave a gap in our defenses that the Kresh Empire would exploit within days." Anna kept working, bringing the final systems back online. "Then maybe you should have said something before I was fired, sir." In fairness, Corrin's mandibles twitched in what that might have been a smile. "We didn't realize how critical you were until you left. The station lasted approximately 46 hours without you. That may be a record." Commander Vexler stepped forward, all four eyes focused on the floor. "Engineer Chen, I was wrong. Credentials and reputation mean nothing without experience and understanding. I formally request that you resume your position as Chief Engineer. With a promotion to Senior Chief and a significant pay increase, of course." Anna finally turned from the console. She looked at Vexler, at Thalver's humbled expression, at Daniel's hopeful face, and at the Admiral waiting for her answer. She thought about those 11 years. Every late night, every impossible repair, every time she talked this aging station back from the brink. "Double the pay," she said, "and you approve my equipment requests without argument." All of them. Vexler's mandibles clicked rapidly. Relief. "Agreed. Then welcome back to Epsilon 7, Commander," Anna said, turning back to her station. "Try not to break her while I'm still here." As the Admiral departed and the crew gradually returned to normal operations, Daniel appeared beside her with 2 cups of terrible station coffee. "Feels good to be appreciated," he asked. Anna accepted the cup with a slight smile. "Feels good to be home." Outside the viewports, the stars wheeled on in their ancient dance, and Frontier Station Epsilon 7, held together by human stubbornness and one engineer who refused to let her die, kept watching the frontier. Some things the galaxy was learning couldn't be replaced.